We use it every single day. I mean, it's basically like air at this point. But most of us have no idea what its name really means. I'm talking about Wi-Fi, of course. Today, we're going to finally decode that crazy alphabet soup of letters and numbers on your router so you know exactly what it's all about. So let's untangle this thing. I mean, come on, you've done it, right? You see these codes everywhere, on your phone, your laptop, the box for a new router, and you're just supposed to magically know that AX is better than AC? But why? What do those letters even stand for? Well, you're in the right place because that's exactly what we're going to break down. You know, to really understand where all those letters came from, we actually have to go way, way back. Back to the very beginning, before the friendly name Wi-Fi even existed. So this whole dream of cutting the cord goes all the way back to 1971 with something called AlohaNet in Hawaii. By the late 80s, companies realized, hey, there's money to be made here, but it was total chaos. Everyone was making their own tech and nothing worked together. To fix this mess, a group called the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, or IEEE, stepped in. They formed a special team to create one single universal standard, and the name of that team? The 802.11 Working Group. And that, right there, is the origin of our alphabet soup.
So, in 1997, it finally happened. The first official wireless standard was born, and its top speed was a blazing fast 2 megabits per second. Yeah, okay, not exactly lightning speed by today's standards, but hey, it was a revolutionary start. This was the foundation that everything else was built on.
But things did not stay slow and simple for long. Just 2 years later, in 1999, things got really interesting. The first true Wi-Fi race kicked off, and it was a battle between two totally different ideas, raw speed versus long range.
So you had two choices. In one corner, there was 802.11b. It was slower, but it was cheap, and its signal went through walls really well. In the other corner, you had 802.11a. It was way faster, like 5 times faster, but it was expensive and had a shorter range. So which one do you think won the battle for our homes? Yep, it was the slower, cheaper B standard. That became the one that brought wireless internet to the masses, while the speedy A standard was mostly found in offices.
And right there you see the problem, don't you? Hey, do you have IEEE 802.11b? Just doesn't roll off the tongue. A group called the Wireless Ethernet Compatibility Alliance, or WECA, knew this. They hired a branding firm and said, give us something simple, something friendly, something people will actually remember. And the name they came up with? Wi-Fi. Okay, so after that split between speed and range, the next logical step was to get the best of both worlds. And in 2003, we got 802.11g. This is where it all came together. It took the awesome 54 megabit per second speed from the A standard and mixed it with the affordable long-range frequency from the B standard. It was the perfect combination. And this is really the moment Wi-Fi just exploded into our homes. And with that explosion, Wi-Fi went from being a cool trick for checking email on the couch to something way more important, a technology that was finally powerful enough to truly replace that clumsy old Ethernet cable. And the standard that really made that happen was 802.11n back in 2009. This was a massive leap. For the first time, routers can use both the long-range 2.4 GHz band and the faster 5 GHz band. Speeds jumped like crazy, all the way up to 600 megabits per second. This is the moment Wi-Fi got serious enough for gaming, for streaming movies, for real work. But if you thought 600 megs was fast, well, that was nothing compared to what was coming next. The next jump in speed wasn't just a step, it was a quantum leap. We're talking 3.5 gigabits per second. That incredible speed came from 802.11 AC in 2013. This was the first true gigabit Wi-Fi. But its secret weapon wasn't just raw speed. It introduced a key technology called MU-MIMO, which basically let the router have a separate conversation with multiple devices at the exact same time. This is the standard that makes our modern, multi-device, streaming everything households even possible. So we've had BAGN, AC. Are you confused yet? Yeah, you're not alone. The industry finally took a look at this mess they'd created and said, you know what? This alphabet soup is way too confusing for normal people. We gotta fix this. And so, after years and years of making us all try to memorize this bizarre sequence of letters, they decided to make a change. A simple, logical, and frankly, a long overdue change. In 2018, remember that group that gave us the name Wi-Fi in the first place? Well, they're back. Now they're called the Wi-Fi Alliance. They stepped in again.
They saw how simple it was for cell phones with 3G, 4G, and 5G, and they thought, hey, why can't we do that for Wi-Fi?
And just like that, sanity prevailed. The alphabet soup was gone. 802.11n became Wi-Fi 4. The gigabit 802.11ac we just talked about, that's Wi-Fi 5. And the next big thing, 802.11ax, would be known from day one as Wi-Fi 6. It's so much easier, right? A bigger number is simply better.
And to make it even more obvious, they created these simple logos that you now see on pretty much everything. You know when you connect to a network and you see that little number 4, 5, or 6 next to the Wi-Fi symbol on your phone? This is what it means. It's a brilliantly simple way to know exactly what kind of connection you're getting.
Okay, so now that we're all speaking the same, simple language, let's get to the really cool stuff. Let's talk about where we are today and where we're headed with Wi-Fi 6, 6E, and the absolutely incredible new Wi-Fi 7.
Now, the big idea behind Wi-Fi 6 wasn't just about making things faster, even though it is a lot faster. Its real genius is how efficient it is. It was designed for our crowded, modern homes, where you've got phones, laptops, smart speakers, TVs, and light bulbs all fighting for a signal. Wi-Fi 6 is like a master traffic controller, giving every single device its own clear lane to avoid traffic jams.
And if Wi-Fi 6 is a great traffic controller, then Wi-Fi 6E literally built a brand new, exclusive superhighway. It opened up a totally new 6 GHz frequency band that older devices just can't use. That means for any new device that supports it, you get a wide open road with way less congestion.
But get ready for the next mind-blowing number. The next generation, Wi-Fi 7, has a theoretical top speed of, wait for it, 46 gigabits per second. That is just staggeringly fast.
So how on earth is that even possible? Well, the secret is this wild feature called multi-link operation, or MLO. Think of it this way. Right now, your phone connects to your router on one band at a time. With MLO, your phone can connect to the 2.4, the 5, and the 6 GHz bands all at the same time. And then it combines those connections into one massive, super fast, and incredibly stable data pipe. It's an absolute game changer.
So what this all means is that Wi-Fi 7 isn't just a small step up. It is a massive leap forward in wireless technology. This is the kind of speed and stability we're going to need for the next generation of everything, from flawless virtual reality to cloud gaming to who knows what's next.
So from a crawl at 2 megabits per second in 1997 to a potential 46 gigabits per second today, the journey of Wi-Fi has been absolutely incredible. And with speeds that are nearly 40 times faster than the gigabit internet many of us have today, it really just leaves us with one final, very exciting question. What on earth are we going to do with all that power?